female bodybuilding channels got the best Christmas gift we could ever give the fans of female muscle. Today, we have the 2020 Omaha Rising Phoenix, Miss Olympia, 2021 Rising Phoenix, Miss Olympia, Muscular Award winner, every award you can get, cars, the girl with the most beautiful smile in the entire world, Andrea Shaw.
Guys.
She is
You guys
here.
know I like to I go low key when I'm off stage.
Oh, but Andrea,
Thank you, guys.
Sometimes we just stare at the pictures with the smile. It's very impressive. This is very, very impressive.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Thank you. Lots of work, right?
Before we ask some bodybuilding questions, what's your plans for this Christmas? Because today it's Christmas.
This was my question. Okay, go.
Yes. So here in the U.S., today is the day before Christmas Eve. So my plan for Christmas is to help my mom cook a little more food for the family, and then I plan on getting in pajamas and sleeping all day after I get my workout in. So I got to get my workout in first, and then I'm going to eat and sleep for the rest of the day.
So you celebrate on the 24th or 25th?
25th.
25th, yeah. This is American tradition.
Yes.
Yes. We celebrate, JB, when do you celebrate? Tomorrow? Today?
Tomorrow.
24th?
Tomorrow, Christmas Eve, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And how many people?
Yeah, it's fine.
Do you have a big family? Do you have a lot of people celebrate Christmas, or how is it in your household?
Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh, yeah. And then the crazy part about it is almost all of us, our birthdays are in December. Mm-hmm. So nobody wants to get anybody like 2 gifts. We're like, let's just get 1 gift and make it easy.
Well,
but yeah, it's fun.
It's fun. What do you usually eat around? What do you guys eat usually?
We usually go for so turkey is usually a Thanksgiving Day thing, but we like to give everybody their individual bird, and we do Cornish hens for Christmas. So everybody can get their own little bird, their personal bird, and then we go in for apple pie and peach cobbler, and usually like easy size macaroni and cheese. We usually have cornbread because that's like a big African American staple. So potato salad, easy stuff. But I usually just go after the bird. I want the meat. Yeah,
that's my favorite day of the year is the turkey and the stuffing. As long as I have my turkey and stuffing, we're good to go. You don't get like, you eat whatever you want on Christmas, correct? You don't feel bad of eating all this, do you?
No, not at all. And I've started kind of like my own tradition with Christmas. So after I work out, I'll come back home and I'll make breakfast for the family. So before we actually get to the dinner part, I'll make breakfast for the family. So this year we're going to have red velvet waffles, turkey sausage, scrambled eggs.
JB, any more questions about the family?
Oh, you took it.
You took it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. So let's go back to the Olympia real quick. Everyone, after prejudging Andrea, fans all over the world started celebrating your second win. It was a wrap. People were going all over the blogs on Instagram saying they haven't seen anything like this ever. What do you feel reading those things after prejudging at this Olympia?
I felt like all of the hard work was so worth it. It was worth it because this was my hardest prep to date. Definitely my hardest prep to date. There was a lot of pressure to make sure internally that I defended the title. And then, I had to get used to, there was more travel this year. So that's always a major factor, right? You got to make sure you stay at a certain level of discipline, even though you're traveling. So there was still lots of late night workouts, early morning workouts, lots of trips to the grocery stores when I was at many of the shows. So, I developed a whole new routine for how I did things this year, just to make sure that I stayed on track. So there were just a lot of things that, I had to just, be open to change and be open to that flexibility, because, you know, the goals are very important. So that means, you know, while everybody else is down here eating the breakfast that comes along with the hotel, you know, I'm in the room and I'm making oatmeal, I'm eating tuna fish, you know, whatever it takes. You know, that's my song.
Well, you didn't post, Rachel Daniels did a great job, but we didn't hear that voice. We didn't hear that posing music this year, correct?
Not this year. I'm saving it for you for next year.
Yeah, very important. Very important,
Very
JB.
important.
We can't have an Andrea Shaw without whatever it takes for a whole year, JB, can we?
Oh no.
No. And JB,
So I owe you one.
Yeah. JB, your Christmas hat, by the way, JB. We missed your Christmas hat.
Yeah, don't be a Scrooge, JB.
JB, come
I'm
on.
The Grinch. I'm the Grinch.
Okay. There you go.
No.
There you go. So
There we go.
this Olympia was your hardest prep because of the pressure, or?
Yeah, the pressure was definitely there. You know, I try not to get too caught up into, you know, what other people like to say, or you know, it's their opinion. People are entitled to their opinion. But, you know, last year I didn't win because of some sort of a fluke, or because, you know, there was no good competition. I won because I earned it. And so, you know, some people say, well, you know, it could have been a fluke. It's going to be, you know, a totally different story next year. Well, no, my mind was made up. I was going to defend my titles by whatever means necessary that were within my power. So, you know, it just was a matter of making sure that when there were opportunities where I could have slacked off, I made sure I did.
Did you this year after Rising, it was a clean win. Most people were like, okay, the Olympia's already finished. But then we saw Helle Trevino change coach when it was like a month out and 3 weeks left. So we at Female Bodybuilding, we always have to try in our channel to create some extra drama, excitement, because you girls, you don't want to talk any shit or smack. I mean, you don't.
That's right. We leave that for the guys.
So well, some do, but those are purely on DMs. But so we were like, oh, Helle Trevino has a new coach. Now she's doing whatever it takes.
Yes,
to
exactly.
go for Andrea Shaw and all this. Did you see that? Did that motivate you to even go harder, or you just focus on yourself?
Absolutely. And I told Helle right on stage, like, oh yeah, you motivate me big time, because I know you're coming. But I don't limit that just to Helle. Helle's a fierce competitor, but there are a lot of fierce competitors. Again, I don't ever like to diminish anyone's effort, because again, I was that girl 2 years ago that nobody really had on the radar. You know, I was quiet. You know, I had won the Chicago Pro, but it was like, okay, she's still the new kid on the block. But, you know, after the Rising Phoenix of 2019, you know, I made a decision. And just like I made that decision to do better, to be better, you know, you never know who's going to make a decision to change their coach, to try a new approach, to get into, you know, new training routines and training regimens. So, yeah, I don't sleep on anybody. But again, as long as I make sure that I'm doing what I know I should be doing, and then evaluating with my coach, okay, where do we need to make improvements, and give that my attention. You know, I find personally a nice balance between being motivated, knowing that, yeah, my competition's coming, but also even more motivated that as long as I show up better than I did the year before, I'm good. And that gives me I have that uncanny ability, and the girls will tell you, I'm usually very happy backstage. I like to dance. I like to have fun. I think Mela caught me one moment where I was a little bit stressed, but, you know, again, the nerves started to kind of come up a little bit. But again, most of the girls know that, you know, if you did your work, you should be lighthearted backstage. You did your work, you did the best you knew that you could do, and either you're going to learn and get better, or, you know, we'll see what happens, you know, before that top 10 finish, or top 5, top 4, whatever it is.
This year, now, you got everything going for you now. And you have something that other girls don't have. You also have the muscle bellies that they can't even get no matter what they would do. So and the conditioning and the femininity and the beauty and the presentation and everything. So what are you going to do to distance yourself even more for 2022? What can you do to even be even more dominant? Like, what is there to improve on?
So I'm going to keep working on my legs. I told my coach that it's not necessarily that I'm looking to get more mass in my legs. You know, the judges were definitely very clear. I don't need to get any bigger. So my mass is good. The only thing I'm going to focus on is details, bringing in much more details and making sure that I'm much sharper. So you'll see much more definition in the muscle when I get back on stage. And obviously, I mean, as I say this every year, you know, I'm going to keep working on making sure that my symmetry is balanced. So I would like to grow my glutes just a little bit more and see what I can do to kind of bring my waist in a little bit more. But other than that, it's going to be working with Rachel again, working with Sydney to see what she wants to change as far as angles. And this has been great because this is where Sydney really, as my posing coach, she shines because one pose in particular, my side at my ab and thigh shot, we totally changed that from what it was last year, right? So we start to see how my body, you know, changes throughout the prep. But then we say, okay, this is the angle that presents your shape, your symmetry, and your clarity the best. So I'm gonna get as much time as I can with Sydney. We actually just started working together this month, so I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting anymore until I get into prep. I'm going to practice my posing all year round. So that's going to be something that I think that, you know, will work in my favor.
So you're the biggest Miss Olympia ever, 184 pounds. So you're saying you won't bring any more weight. You just got a refinement, correct?
That's it. That's it. And, you know, I've gotten that as my feedback directly from the judges. I don't need to get any more mass. I've got enough mass. So, you know, and that's almost a bit of a relief to me because, you know, that's been something that, you know, I knew as a women's physique competitor, I needed to get more mass in order to be, you know, significantly, you know, noticed on stage as a female bodybuilder.
Well, it's exciting if you stick to that, because if you see on the man side, for instance, with Dorian Yates or Phil Heath, or some of them maybe gain a little bit more size, maybe they need it, and maybe, you know, so the overall look was even better before. That's some people's opinion, of course. So it's nice to know that you, in your second year, that you don't feel the pressure to add more size because you can get blockier and you can tear your body here and there. And
we definitely don't want. And again, it's a bit of a relief to me because now I don't have to lift so heavy, right? I can just focus on quality movements and making sure that, you know, this is the direction that we keep. Because Sydney's refined this, I mean, it's almost flawlessly. She found a recipe to where every year she knows when she's starting to go down that road of adding on more size and more mass. So her and her coach devised a plan that if she needs to kind of get back on track, they do more things. You know, there may be more cardio type exercises that she does to kind of keep that physique right on point for that division.
So we want to know the biggest Miss Olympia of all time. When you say not so heavy, shoulder presses, dumbbells. What do you use for 10?
I really don't do a whole lot of. I've done barbell. So my max barbell for shoulder press, seated or standing, has been 100 pounds.
For how many reps?
12 reps.
12 reps. Do you bench?
I do.
So what do you bench?
So for dumbbell bench press, my max is 90 pounds. And then for barbell bench press, my max is 250 pounds. So yeah, I'm going to dial it back significantly. It's going to be a matter of just making sure that, again, I get good quality reps in. And I'm going to experiment with doing much more cable work. Because again, the cable work is where I found that I get a lot of definition. So a lot of people, when they start looking at like my side chest, for instance, you know, that was primarily from mixing in the dumbbell, the barbell work, and a lot of cable variations. That's like, you know, a recipe for me and my physique that it works. And then I always finish with machines because, again, if I fatigue my muscles enough, the machines will give me that structure that I otherwise don't have with free weights. Because, you know, again, I've worked them, I'm fatigued. So the machines serve a purpose in that regard.
We're going to get more 3D pop now. We're not going to tear it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And I'm excited to, I know Iris just opened her gym. She and I have, you know, kind of stayed in contact. So when we go out to Vegas, I do plan on going by her gym and checking it out. Hopefully, let's see what kind of wisdom the 10-time Miss O has to lend.
First of all, I don't think she's not coming back, correct?
I don't know. I think she has a heart to come back. But it's just a matter of her evaluating where she's at in life right now. And, prep requires a lot. You guys know that. I mean, there's just a lot of, I've missed a lot of family time, stuff like that. So, her and I believe his name is Hide. He's so nice. They own this gym now. So they have a certain level of responsibility as business owners now, and I'm sure she still has clients and things like that. So, I think she has the heart to, but I think it's just going to be a matter of her evaluating whether or not it's feasible for her to, put certain things on pause and then put her body through, the rigorous things that go with prep. It'd be great to have her back.
JB, would it be, what do you think? Would it be smart for her career to come back? Just thinking about the career, don't think about her business. Would it be smart?
I don't know. Maybe the legend got broken. When you see she is 10 times Miss Olympia. You know what I mean?
And that's the most wins for male or female, right?
Yeah, and when she tries to come back now, and it's not so that successful, and then everybody says, "I knew it," and so on. And the legend got, it's not, and that's not so good. I think at that point now. Maybe she surprises us. Maybe she's, he will run the business. She's going offline, going in the gym 3 years or something, and then come back, and then maybe she can. But at the point, I don't know.
No, I would like it because women's bodybuilding now, there aren't so many big story cases. You know what I mean? There's aren't that many. Like in men's bodybuilding, they can always something, But in women's bodybuilding, Andrea Shaw is so dominant that we need some extra here and there, something.
Well, we got some newbies coming. We've got some newbies coming. So, I think this coming year's Olympia is going to be very exciting. We've got some new girls coming who have got some great foundations. Steph is coming. I told her that.
Stephanie Fleischer?
Yeah, Stephanie definitely has a great foundation because her symmetry is on point. I also think that Mela after that Toronto Pro win, she's hungry. I've been, telling her, hey, look, good job on securing that. Now she can just focus on, what improvements she wants to make and just go right into the Rising Phoenix next year. So obviously Mona's going to continue to make improvements. I think Kelly's also still going to continue to make improvements. Margie as well. So it's going to be exciting. And again, the new names, right? You never know who else may be also coming from women's physique. I've got my eye on a couple of girls. I never like to reach out directly unless I feel like, the person would be receptive. But, got my eye on a couple of ladies. But again, I think it's going to be more new girls to the scene.
We already planned the 2022 is going to be the year of women's bodybuilding hype propaganda on our Instagram and our YouTube, because we think 2022, first of all, Mona, she gained 12 pounds of muscle in a year last. 12 pounds of stage muscle in better conditioning. Michaela Aycock, tremendous gains.
The hungry. That girl is definitely. Yeah, and I've talked to her too as well. She's hungry. She's already started her off-season plan like soon as we got off stage. She's amazing. Teresa Ivancic is coming back to women's bodybuilding where she belongs with a new coach. Yes. Anastasia from Russia will be coming. She's got a beautiful foundation. I mean, that girl has got a beautiful foundation, very pretty. Definitely has a lot of flow on stage. So, that's going to be exciting that she's coming.
It's such a shame that some of the Russian athletes can't. This corona, is this politics or is it corona, JB, with the Russian athletes?
Politics.
It's politics, huh?
Yeah, Biden versus Putin,
Oh, okay. Well. Yeah, we hope Nastenka can make it because she's very, very, very good. Monique Jones, I've been sending DMs every second of the day.
Yes, and I told her I really missed her last year because Monique you know, some people you just bond with like right away. And you know, Monique was definitely somebody when I first kind of transitioned over into women's bodybuilding. You know, her, Alicia, Hele, Donna Saleb, you know, these ladies, you know, they were very receptive right away. Even Mona, you know, and a few others right away. So I'm excited to have Monique back because it was weird not seeing her last year. But they did have her. I ran into her at the gym in Orlando, and I just, you know, I was very happy to see her. So I'm excited to see her because how about that back? That girl's got a beautiful back.
JB, remember when Andrea Shaw beat Monique Jones in the most muscular award at Rising 2020?
Yeah. I remember.
That was a great battle.
Yeah, it was
but
great.
The most muscular award can go to, you know, you never know who's going to get the most muscular, you know. It really just depends on, you know, who shows up that day. But, you know, Monique she's always so gracious, you know what I mean? So, you know, she's a great competitor. I mean, amazing competitor. And it's been a joy to actually, like, you know, work with her over the last few years. And she's very open. Like, if I've had questions for her, she's very open. And again, this is what we want. We want a culture of, you know what I mean, women who compete. Yes, it's a competition. I'm not looking to be your best buddy, but, you know, if that happens, okay, great. But, you know, let's make sure that we still support one another.
Alicia
at the
Young
end of the day, we're the ones up there on stage.
Alicia Young is coming back.
Yes, and my girl Isabel Terrell, the fit rock star, is coming back. I haven't seen her compete since the Norfolk Pro back in 2019. So I'm very excited to see her coming back. She started her prep. And Isabel is a fantastic ambassador for the sport. So for her to come back, this is really good.
So great year for you, dominating. Everything went well. You represented the sport great. All the guest posting. You wear a lot of show, like you always do in your story. There's a lot of what can we say? You have your beautiful model pics we like to look at, but it's also for us who believe in there's a lot of Christianity, you know, Jesus things that JB, I know you don't believe, JB. I know you are a non-believer, but for us believers, it's nice to see some of those type of things. Talk to us a little bit about we're gonna try to convince someone now to turn into Christianity, JB. When did your relationship to God become important to you, and why?
I would say probably when I was 8, going on 9 years old. So my dad, who has passed away, but my dad was a pastor, and I had the beautiful experience of being able to go and live with my dad for some time on a farm. So there were very humble beginnings to, you know, where my relationship with God started. And then once my dad got sick with lung cancer, and once he passed away, my mom sent me, they had split, but my mom wanted to finish her education. So she said, you got to go with your dad while I finish getting my education, because, you know, that's the way that I'm going to be able to take care of you. So yeah, when I got back to Michigan, though, my mom was heavy into going to the gym. She was working out. She had a trainer. She had clients. She was still doing her nursing job, but my mom also had gotten very heavy into going to church, and she would take me. So that became my life. It was like, you know, God pretty much made the way that, you know, this is the way that I'm supposed to live. And, you know, I always say, you know, even if you don't believe in it, it's still not a bad way to live, because if you follow just the simple golden rules, right? Treat people the way you want to be treated. Don't speak bad about people. I mean, you know, don't try to, you know, intentionally harm people. Those are still just good values as a human being to have. But yeah, because, you know, I believe in the faith of, you know, God, that's, you know, probably a little bit more at the forefront for me, because I have to, you know, as a Christian, follow those things, or I'm expected to, you know what I mean? So my dad was a very, very strict pastor. You can imagine, I'm his youngest daughter, because he really didn't have a relationship with the oldest daughter. She and I are close now because she lives here in Michigan. But yeah, my dad was hard on me. My dad was very hard on me. I wasn't allowed to watch TV. I was allowed to watch Bible movies and then do the farm work. But other than that, there was just a lot of, you know, things about the faith that he felt that I really needed to know at an early age, so that, you know, as I got older, I wouldn't be so tempted to go and be swayed by like peer pressure to go and do things that, you know, were not becoming of a young lady who wants to, you know, be significant in life. So yeah, that was a huge deal.
Yeah. So this Christmas, what are you eating tomorrow? What are you eating?
I am going to indulge myself in the family tradition now. I make breakfast. I am a huge fan of the breakfast on Christmas morning. So we're going to have red velvet waffles. We're going to have turkey, bacon, turkey sausage, and scrambled eggs. So that is like, I am going to really go in hard for the waffles because I absolutely I can never eat enough waffles.
We're going to
But the
get you.
Christmas tradition.
Yeah.
We're going to go up 10 pounds this Christmas, correct?
And then go back to the gym.
And then we're going to get some exclusive off. How much do you weigh? How much do you weigh right now?
This morning I weighed in at 199 pounds.
Woo.
And your face is still JB. You like that, correct?
Yeah.
I do a little bit of because last week was my birthday, so I ate. Now get JB, don't fall off the chair.
No.
You know, you seen the big pies that I post, the huge apple pies?
Yeah.
I ate 2 of those in 4 days.
The
The whole pie. So I shot up to like 204 pounds, and I said, okay, I better get on my cardio. And so to be down, within these last few days, it's working. So I have to work out Christmas morning before I can have my waffles.
Well, us fans of women's bodybuilding, we have the motto, the bigger the better. So we don't care. You can be 220 pounds and we would still, you know what I mean.
You'd still love me the same.
Yes. Well, we want to wish you a Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Thank you guys.
Are happy to have Andrea Shaw, Miss Olympia on. You have to understand, Andrea, as it's an honor for me and JB to can have interviews with you because you're the best female athlete in the entire world. So it's 2 times in a row, and so it's like talking to Michael Johnson when he used to run, or Michael Jordan when he used to play basketball, So never forget that you're very, very. We are honored to be able to talk to you, and I hope the fans at home appreciate this because we do. So, JB, say something nice to Andrea before we go.
Very nice, so nice. Thank you.
Thank you guys. I mean, thank you for all you do to support us. I mean, this, to me, again, I think it all kind of plays and blends together. You guys support us. We come on. That's why I told you, anytime you guys want to do an interview, I'm going to do my best to come on because as the Miss Olympia, I still feel like there's an obligation to make sure that we always push the message that we should be unified on the front, right? Because for us to go away and then be brought back, we have to make sure that we solidify ourselves to never be taken away again, ever, regardless of who doesn't want to have us at their show, right? Because yes, I was a little disappointed at the women's physique division being taken from the Arnold, but again, we still have a place. And whoever the women's physique ambassadors are, Sarah's great. They're going to come together, and we support them as well, especially being a former women's physique competitor. But I feel even more grateful that you guys really take hold of those 2 divisions in particular, and you really give us a lot of airtime. We love it.
Last question: your favorite Christmas song is that? What's your favorite Christmas song?
Oh man, I gotta pick one. Favorite Christmas song would probably have to be the first Noel.
The first what?
Noel.
That's Noel.
I don't think I've.
You've never heard that one?
No. It's purely Mariah Carey. All I Want for Christmas and George Michael there.
Yes, that one makes the top 10 list.
Yeah. Okay, Andrea. Before we go, it's time to give us some posing now, Andrea. Let's see the off-season shape.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Oh, JB, you can see it through the shirt, JB.
I have X-ray eyes. I have X-ray eyes.
It's there.
Wow.
I just started eating.
Okay. Goodbye. Have a nice celebration tomorrow. Happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much, guys. I greatly appreciate it.
And a good
Merry
best New Year.
Christmas.